What can I do to change the world? When trying to find an answer to this question, there are hundreds of things that come to mind. Because to begin with, humankind seems to be facing so many problems that it is difficult to prioritize just one. Should we focus our efforts on trying to find a way to construct a peaceful and equal world? Should we make sure we don't kill the planet before looking into social issues? The truth is, there might not be a correct answer to these questions, and trying to ponder one problem above other often leads to unsolved and unfinished resolutions. However, I do think there is one thing that deserves special attention, and that is the preservation of the environment. Now, once we have somehow defined the problem, we need to start looking into actual solutions. I think we all assume to know what we can do to save the planet, and that is reducing our carbon footprint, stopping the devastation of natural habitats, investing into renewable energy sources, etc. I think it is pointless to give the same advice we have all been given, because I'm pretty sure everyone here has been told at some point to reduce their plastic consumption, or to take shorter showers, or to switch into ecological products. Yet, I think it is time we start questioning the effectiveness of these efforts. It is very hard to hear that the little actions we thought we were changing the world with turn out not to be the actual key to saving the Earth. Nevertheless, let me present an example. An average-sized company in Mexico City uses around 13 million liters of water a month. Meanwhile, an average citizen uses only 15,000 liters. A handful of companies produce most of the total pollution in the world. So, how exactly is reusing plastic bottles going to solve anything? Before I continue, I need to say that I do not seek to discredit anyone doing any attempt into saving the environment. I actually find it pretty admirable to be making small or big sacrifices of one's comfort in order to help the earth. But this doesn't take away the fact that we have been channeling our efforts the wrong way. And the truth is that this way of thinking can be damaging for the cause itself, because we have been too focused on blaming our certainly irresponsible consumption that we have not had the time to look at the real common enemy, corporations. As I mentioned earlier, around 71% of the total carbon dioxide emissions in the world come from only around 100 enterprises, most of them being among the largest in the world. It is hard to say this, but our personal efforts will be of minimum impact if we don't start demanding these companies to reduce their overly damaging operations. But how can we fix this? Well, the answer is fairly complicated, to be honest. To begin with, the global production and consumption scheme naturally leads to an unsustainable system. A drastic change regarding our whole economic structure is needed. We need to demand for public policies and strict laws that regulate corporate contamination. I know it may seem like a change of this global scale is hard to achieve, but this is mainly because this perspective does not receive the attention it needs. Demanding the world governments and leaders for regulation of pollution produced by large corporations is perhaps the most important thing we can do if we want to save the planet. I also know that a change of this kind may seem very distant from the present, and it may be, but I do think that knowledge and educating ourselves on the distribution of contamination around the world is the first step towards finding an actual solution. Because I think it is time and it is a necessity that we stop blaming ourselves entirely and start pointing fingers at the irresponsible governments and corporations. Thank you.